First of all, HookEm. My Texas Longhorns start their football season this week. I'm super excited. Both of my teams are in action. I'm hoping to see some great things. I don't want to see any injuries. I want everybody to come out healthy. And I'm just going to give my honest opinion about what I'm thinking about for this Colorado State game. My whole goal is every week to kind of list at least 3 things that I'm going to be paying attention to as each of my teams plays their respective opponents for the week. And this one's going to be kind of hard for me because the truth is, I expect us to beat Colorado State pretty bad. Texas football is back. All of the Texas talk, going to the playoffs, doing this, winning the SEC, blah, blah, blah. Best quarterback room, best this, depth, size, speed, all of the things. Guess what? It is finally time for Texas to put up or shut up. And this is my favorite time of the year because at the end of the day, this is about wins and losses. Things in between kind of matter, but at the end of the day, when the clock says 0-0 and the game is over, the most important thing is that your team has more points than the other team. Now, obviously, Texas starts off this week playing Colorado State. You know, what do you want me to say? There's not really anything I can say about that. It was hard for me to come up with 3 things because I basically feel like Texas should run all over Colorado State. No disrespect to Colorado State, but this has everything to do with Texas. And this has everything to do with if we're going to be who we said we're going to be, you run over teams like Colorado State. I think we're better at every position. I think that we should go in there and take care of business. I think that this should be a win. I don't think anybody should even have to ever second guess if we're going to win this game. And I expect by the second half for us to have our backups and our second unit and for us to just kind of be rolling away or running away with this. To be honest with you, I expect by the second half or at least at the very minimum by the start of the 4th quarter, I want to see our backups in there. I better see some Arch Manning at quarterback. I better just see some second string guys in there doing their thing. And so that's the first thing that I'm going to be looking forward to watching this game. I want to see all of our young talent. I want to see the young guys get in there because I want our first team, offense, defense, and special teams to take care of business. I want them to go in there and do what you're supposed to do. Show your dominance. Show everybody you're here. I need them to go in there and do what they're supposed to do and take care of business. The second thing I'm going to be looking at is the running back rotation. Obviously, by now, we know there's been some injuries. We know there's been some things that have happened. So because of that, I'm very interested to see how they rotate in running backs and quite frankly, who they have playing running back as the game progresses. Because I already know how we're going to start and who's going to start at running back, but I'm very curious to see how the game evolves and to see who new steps in and out of playing quarterback or running back. I hope I've been saying running back this whole time. Running backs, and to see who gets snaps at running back as the game goes on. Because obviously, based on the injuries and the things that have happened before we've even played a game, that is a position group that we have been working through. So I'm hoping that everything that we do is great. And so I'm very interested to see who the running back is going to be as the game goes on. The third thing is I'm interested in the secondary. Now, here's the thing. I don't expect anything crazy to happen in this game. Texas should go in and take care of business, period. But I'm just kind of curious to see what the secondary looks like. I'm just kind of curious to see how I feel when they go out on the field. I'm just curious to know, like, if they do what they're supposed to do, if they take care of business, what it looks like. I expect our linebackers to be good. I expect our offensive line to be good. I expect our defensive line to be good just because the talent we're going against. The other thing I do want to mention is after this Colorado State game, we then go play Michigan, and we go play Michigan in the Big House. And so I'm not expecting Texas to do anything like fancy or too overly dramatic, as you will, but I am expecting them to win this game. I think it should be in dominant fashion. I don't think Colorado State should ever think for 2 seconds that they have a chance to win this game. I think that's how dominant Texas is supposed to be, and I think that is how dominant Texas should be as they're going into this game. One of the other things that I find very interesting, and I've been saying this all offseason, is Colorado will end up playing Colorado State in a couple of weeks, and so I kind of get a preview to see how Texas looks against them. I kind of get to look at their team. Obviously, I think if you like college football in any way, shape, or form, you watched Colorado play Colorado State last year because that game kept us up all night. It was like double overtime or whatever it was. So I'm just kind of curious to see how Colorado State this year looks compared to last year. But I'm telling you now, if Texas has a problem with Colorado State playing football the first game of the season, I will be on here ranting all week, and I will be on here acting a fool if that is what happens. So no part of me expects Texas to struggle against Colorado State. No part of me is worried about Texas playing Colorado State. However, it's still football. Weather happens, things happen, weird things happen. So we'll just see what happens. But like I said, I fully expect Texas to win this game. So listen, this is pretty basic. I think when you're playing a team that has lesser talent than you, I think you're supposed to go out there and you're supposed to dominate. And I think you're supposed to do all the things that I listed before. I think this game should set Texas up to see what they can do and what they need to work on so that they can go up and play Michigan and beat Michigan the following week. So yes, I think Texas should win this game. I think it should be pretty convincing. I actually think this game should be boring for me. I think that I should just be watching the game just because I'm a fan of my team, not because I'm watching and seeing if they're going to win or lose. But that is just my 2 cents. The other thing I want to comment, because we all know during the whole offseason, I have been advocating for the freshmen. I hope we see a lot of Colin Simmons. I hope we see a lot of Ryan Wingo. I hope we see a lot of Aaron Butler. I am super excited to see these freshmen come in here and do their things and get some playing time. And I just want to see them go out there and have fun. And obviously, I already said this though, Arch will be leading them out there. So anyways, if this team is as good as everybody says that this team is going to be, this game shouldn't be entertaining. This should just be one of those games where everybody's like, oh yeah, Texas won, whatever, we move on and we move forward. So that is how I'm predicting this to be. If it does not go that way, you might want to come back to this channel because I am going to have a lot to say if that is not how this game ends, because I will be furious. I will be absolutely, positively furious, and I will let them have it. But I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that. So I will end this video here. As I always say, hook 'em. And this is the first game of the season, so I'm excited. Football is back. Get excited. Football is back. Real football is back. The football that matters is back. Get excited.